Hey kittens, it's Leo and welcome back to my channel. Yay! So today I'm doing a two-bedroom home and I think Appalachian Plain. Is that what this town called? I don't know. Don't quote me on that, all right? And sorry if it just seems a little off in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie. I also was in a cafe doing this build. Anytime I'm doing a small build, sometimes I'm in the cafe hanging out with friends. And usually I pan like, to show the house first, but I almost forgot to record before I just destroyed everything. So this is just me basically just being like, oh yeah, almost forgot. Let me just pan and before I start knocking down walls and extending things. So this is exactly what I did here. Alrighty, so when doing this build, I'm not gonna lie, like I was just trying to show off to my friends, okay? Like I was just trying to show off, like I know what I'm doing, okay? Let me show you guys how to do it. But in my head, I was like, girl, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what am I doing? Why am I being extra by adding walls? I don't know what to do with where I'm gonna put the kitchen. Where's the living room gonna be? Where is the dining room gonna be? I don't Why did I add an extra bedroom? I could have just put a kitchen there. But you know what? It ended up working out in the end. Once I kind of like looked at the layout, okay, and I was like, girl, I know you're trying to show off to your little friends, uh-huh. And I know you're trying to show that, hey, I just want to let you guys know that I am that girl. I do that, you know? But I'm gonna need you to actually like figure out what you're doing. So eventually I ended up locking in. Like I had to lock in and stop trying to show off. And I was trying to figure out, okay, where I'm gonna put the kitchen, where's the living room gonna be, where's the dining room gonna be. And I'm not gonna lie, even here, I was trying to figure out where the living room was going to be. And usually I like to put like living rooms against the wall, but I was like, you know what? It's just gonna be in the middle. It's just going to be in the middle, and the dining room's going to be over there because the living room will be too small to put it over there. So I'll put like a little tiny dining room on that little corner that you see, and then this will be the kitchen. And once I got that figured out, I was like, okay, you know what? I got this, okay? Even though I was showing off at first and maybe doing a little bit too much, I got this. This is actually coming together and I'm actually starting to like it. Even though the dining room area is a bit small, because I know in The Sims, it's not like you can push chairs under the table, even if you can, it's possible. Your Sims is just not going to do that. Or unless you got mods or if that kind of mod exists. As far as I know, I don't know if it does. So we're just going to do what we're working with. And so I kind of had to like just be like, you know what? My Sims might not even be able to sit on this table, but you know what? It still looks good. And it turns out my Sims can. I was playing because like when I do take pictures, I can't, unfortunately I can't just take a picture while there's no one in this home. If you are going to look for this house, it is in like the what's that neighborhood with all the brown roofs and my country accent, my all the brown roofs, okay. And it's one of those little houses that I think this little house is the only one with the garage. So it's this house, if you're wondering. And I'm renovating this particular house if you want to follow along. And I'm still trying to figure out how am I going to be able to have you guys download these homes. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't actually put any effort to figuring that out. I've been lazy and worried about my own life. But eventually I will. Okay, I will. Okay, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that, set. But I'm I'm working on it, okay? Just be patient. But anyways, I am building onto this bathroom. I'm not gonna lie, I like I said, this whole build, I was just kind of winging it, but once I kind of like made the layout, I it immediately got it set. And I think at this point I was still at the cafe. I didn't, want to like go really deep into it when it comes to like decorating, wallpaper, all that stuff. So I waited until like, I think we were only at that cafe. Oh, you can see me start again. But I think we were only at that cafe for about like an hour and a half for me to do that. So I was like, okay, let me just get everything like set up and started, and then later on, I'ma just go back and add more detail, wallpaper, just add more detail to the house to give it life instead of just plainly. But if I would like my Sims to just simply move in with this house just being simply just bare without all the extra accessories. So it still be affordable. I'll just leave it like that. It is gonna be looking boring and basic. I'm gonna have to let y'all know that it is gonna be boring and basic. But this house costs like 72 simoleons. Yeah, so even if the cheapest, I'm gonna see, you know what? I'm gonna challenge myself in another video and see if I can make a house still look beautiful but affordable for like beginner Sims. Like that only have like 20 simoleons. So I'm gonna challenge myself to make a home that only costs 20,000 simoleons, not 20 simoleons. 20,000 simoleons. And well, you know what? That house is gonna be tiny, but let's see if I can make it cute and tiny. Should it be a one bedroom or should it be a studio? Oh, you know what? Not me making ideas as I'm doing this video, but okay. Now with this bedroom, at first I was gonna make it like another like a bedroom for like say if somebody has roommates or whatever or a little adult bed, but I did not like how it was looking. I did not like how I was looking, and I'm like, why don't I just make this like a kid's room or maybe a teenager like this twins. And so as you see, like I had that idea and I went back and I did that. So this is me coming back. As you can see how much faster I'm going. You could tell the difference when I'm hanging out with friends or when I'm actually just sitting in my room by myself bed riding. I'm just locked in and I'm going super super fast. Like I was locked in cuz I was thinking about this for days. Like I said in my prior videos, I ended up taking a break because, a lot of health issues and a lot going on. So I was pretty locked in. My goodness. Maybe I should have slowed this video down because I didn't know it was gonna be this locked in. Oh my gosh. Girl, slow down. Yeah, I had a mind. This is what you see when you have a vision before you do anything, because I was thinking of this place like forever and I'm like, okay, I have a vision, I have something in mind. I'm gonna need to lock in and execute that and get this build over with. But this ended up being my favorite build. Oh my gosh. We blinked and the house was together. My goodness. I'm proud of myself. I'm shocked, but I'm also proud of myself because I'm like, girl, was I really that locked in? Oh my gosh. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, I, as you see now, I had a plans for it to be twin. Yeah. And then this single mom home, I had that in mind, like, oh, maybe this is a single mom, and I didn't know what to do with this corner. Yeah. I guess thank you guys for watching. Goodness gracious, I was locked in. And I did do a video tutorial, so enjoy that. And yeah, this is Sky. Bye. Welcome to my humble abode where we do oh my gosh, cameraman, slow down a little bit. Here we have the living room, dining room, and kitchen all in the same room. Okay, cameraman, do you got somewhere to be with fast you're going? Let's enjoy the view. Anyways, let's move on to the little dining area. It's a four-seater. You could fit, yeah, that's a nice painting, cameraman. You could fit four people on this chair if they can fit. Moving on to the living room, you see the TV and a nice love seat. Cameraman, I was not finished. Anyways, we see this a kitchen. It's a lovely kitchen. It has enough space for all your utilities. You could buy as many as you need. Such a lovely home. All this space in such a small house. Oh, yes, we're back to the living room. Thank you, cameraman. So we got the love seaters and the single chair, and I might have to fire you, cameraman. You're doing too much. Moving on to the bathroom. Ah, lovely wood panel walls. Ah, this is so lovely. Shower, tub, toilet. What more do you need? Ah, I'd buy this house myself, but it isn't real. Moving on. I guess we're gonna move on next to the bedroom. Come on, cameraman. And look, such a lovely bedroom. A nice purple wall with this beautiful comforter. I mean, it could be better, but you know what? It's the and more wood paneling. I see we went with a theme here. Okay, come on, cameraman. Yeah. You've been rushing me this entire time. Now you want to go slow. Let's move on. So next, you see the outside. You have the view of the outside patio. Oh, let's ignore the fact that there's no roof. Here you go to the other bathroom, the guest bathroom. The guest bathroom is right here. Everybody can share that one. And then we move right back on to the kids' bedroom. Yes, for twins or maybe not twins. And this is their bedroom. I find this bedroom very, very lovely, especially with the town that it's in. It's giving very suburban. And look, they even got their own mirror so they can check out their school outfits, separate drawers for themselves. Such a lovely, lovely bedroom. No toys though. Wonder why. Anyways, well, that's all for the home now. We gotta go because cameraman got better places to be, apparently. Let's move on. Oh, I almost forgot. We do have a garage. Cameraman, please show them the garage before we leave. Thank you. Yes, not much to look at, but isn't she Let's just go on. Let's go on. Cameraman, you're gonna get fired.